least it's been a good weekend for both of us. We haven't had a loss because we haven't fucking played.
No, it's been nice.
Obviously, it's the FA Cup weekend, which I saw a big bit of drama in the early kickoff yesterday. I'll let Jay take over because
It's got to be the most horrific challenge I think I've ever seen. I was watching it live, so I don't know if you two boys are actually watching it. I knew it was going to be a tasty derby, but I thought it was more outside of the stadium. It was going to be a bit tasty. And then I'm actually watching it live, and I didn't think it was that bad because I thought, well, no, because that seems like I'm completely fucking illiterate. It looked bad, but it didn't look like he made connection with his head. And then the BBC didn't actually show the clip during the game. I think I said to Ben actually, it looks because the goalkeeper comes in, for anyone that hasn't seen it, he comes in for a ball outside his box. Obviously, he can't use his hands, but he's gone in at Mateta's head height, and Mateta hasn't jumped with his foot and studs up.
Basically, the goalkeeper's turned into Bruce Lee.
He's karate to me, yes, yeah.
It's like one of those big boot things, isn't it? Where you take him straight at the face. It's horrible.
It's a horrible, and as Jay says, it's not like Mateta was going down for a header. It's not like he jumped for it. He just stood there and.
I thought from the clip showing Mateta's head and then the boot coming in, I thought he winced and he managed to like get it behind him, but
like the clip clipped him.
No, it doesn't just clip him.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like when you watch real time, it looks like it either just breezes past him or it clips his ear.
But then after the game, the BBC showed footage of it. Actually, it's brilliantly placed right behind Mateta, and you can see the recoil of the head as he literally smacks off. I checked last night. He's had 25 stitches behind his left ear. Yeah. Now, 2 questions. He's a 30-year-old goalkeeper. He should know better. He shouldn't even be coming out for that, I don't think, because his centre-back's challenging for the ball. And secondly, the bigger one, we had our best referee in the country, apparently, on that, Michael Oliver. He didn't call that a red.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's an instant red. To be fair, after seeing it in real time and then seeing it slowed down, and you see how much he clatters him and all, like has that not but it's what we said the other day. They got the bottle to do it. They'd rather let VAR double check it. It's a blatant red card.
Do you know what makes it off? He doesn't. I could be wrong because it all happened so quickly. Because how badly it was, I think everyone kind of went in a bit of gas and sat back. But I don't think he even called the foul and called it a yellow. He didn't change the decision.
It was a weird one. It just sort of nothing happened to everything happened to then a decision was made.
Because I'm not being funny.
It wasn't like
is that not just a red card where his foot is?
Yeah.
That's a red card where his foot is.
Serious foul play, isn't it?
It has to be.
Was it Sadio Mane on Ederson?
Oh, I know what you're on about, yeah.
Was that a red card for Mane?
Yeah.
If it was, I can remember it being like very straightforward. It was very quick. Like,
I've never seen a challenge like that yesterday.
What about the Petr Cech ones when they got kicked in the head? Fairly similar.
No, but this one, but the reason why I say I've never seen anything like it is I don't think you realise, if you've not watched the game live, where the actual ball is. The ball's so far out. What I mean that is it's so odd. It's like halfway in between the byline and the halfway line. He's come out even though his centre-back's there. At a minimum, that's endangering the opponent and studs showing.
He'll get a fine. He has to get a fine.
I think he has to. I don't see how that's even...
I would be surprised if he doesn't get a ban on top of the card as well.
I think the FA have to. Oh, don't get me wrong, Mateta's apparently all right, thank fuck.
But that's not... If his foot's any further to the right, he's getting that square in the face.
Luckily, actually, I think it's Mateta. I think he sees a fucking boot coming through him.
Yeah.
And, changes headway and then winces back a little bit. Otherwise, he's getting that straight in the side of the fucking head.
If he makes straight contact to his face at the speed the keeper's coming out as well. Look at Jimenez with David Luiz. He's had a plate put in his head. Cudicini and Petr Cech. Well, Cudicini nearly swallowed his tongue when he got kicked in the head.
Yeah.
So you sit there and you go, like you said, where the ball is, it looks deliberate.
It
looks like there's intent.
It's not good enough for Michael Oliver, though.
No.
100%. As you say, he's going to be the best. And it's bad enough that we're sat here and we can't remember if he called the decision or
He
not.
didn't. No,
You know
I
what I
know for
mean?
a fact he didn't call a red, and he didn't call a yellow. I know that for a fact, but I don't even call it a foul. It happened so quickly. That is fucking mind-boggling to me. I've literally seen an angle, by the way, where the keeper's boot has literally just gone past Mateta's head, and Oliver is literally like 5 yards away looking at it, and you're like, you're our best ref.
I
He's meant to
don't know.
be.
That's mind-boggling.
I don't know how he's not called that an instant red. It's blatant. Like it is blatantly a red.
I get it's quick, but the goalkeeper is in between his own box and the halfway, and he has jumped. I would get it if he's a bit hesitant to be like, right, I'm not going to give a card because I don't know what's happened, and then go to. But he just kind of was like, oh, he's been run into. He's not been
I
run
think
into. He's been roundhouse kicked.
I don't
You
even
know
think
what I mean?
I don't even think he's left a crutch to stand on VAR. I genuinely think he's panicked because I don't
Oh,
think anybody
100%.
ever seen that in his life either. Because I've never seen anything like that in my life.
No,
That's Mean Machine, Nun style.
well, it's like someone out of WWE, isn't it? He's
Oh, it's
run over
crazy.
and planted him nigh on straight in the face. Like it's mad.
And a 31-year-old should know better.
That's why I mean there's got to be intent there. He's gone to clear him out, but that's just horrible. Head height as well. He could have done some serious damage. I know he's not one of our players, obviously, but you still sit there going, if that was one of our lot, like what could you imagine the kickoff?
What?
Go on.
Sorry, Jim, I'll let you go.
Go on.
Well, no, because mine wasn't really on about the red card as itself. It's really we try as much as possible not to call out other fan bases and stuff, but there needs to be something said about the Millwall fans.
I was literally just about to bring it up.
I get it's a London derby, and I get
Yeah.
it. Tensions rising and all this. I completely get that. But when you're singing "Let 'Em Die," like
It was
that's too far.
It was. So I think it will get done for violent conduct because it's the FA and the FA can intervene in the FA Cup. I think it will get done for violent conduct. I think we'll get a lot more than the 3-game ban.
Good.
And also as well, I think you're right. I think they'll get done for grief chanting because they were singing "Let Him Die" and "Que Sera Sera," Mateta's and A&E.
Do you know what?
And that's just it's just.
I didn't know about the second one. I knew about
I hate to sound like a typical West Ham fan, but them lot, they're just horrible. Like Millwall, they're just twats.
I'm trying to take my thingy out for that but yeah, I get what you mean as well. It just ain't needed.
Let him die.
What?
Like,
I think, Millwall aren't one of our main rivals. Obviously, London, every London club you have a bit of Barney with. But if anybody wants to comment or anybody in the public wants to say it's a London derby, it was getting heated and stuff, that's fine. There's being heated and then there's just being awful.
It's not even like football's a sport. No matter whether it's a derby or not, right? You should respect the people on the pitch. Singing "Let Him Die" is just it's just fucking pathetic.
Like the only way I can think you back to it, or this season I can, is when Kudus pushed over Richarlison. I was moaning then at Richarlison because I knew it wasn't a lot, but genuinely, and if I'm in a stadium and they've gone down for 5-10 minutes and I know it ain't that bad, I will boo them. Yeah. But all joking aside, the geezer literally took a boot to the fucking head. He's got 25 stitches, really pissing blood on the ground.
That's the thing, Jay. It wasn't booing. Booing. Yeah, that's a thing. An actual. I don't even have the words for it. An actual chant being sung about a boy that's been on the ground 8 minutes, being stretched up because he got a boot in the face. And
it's definitely grief chanting, is it?
No, they'll get done for it. I can see them. I can see the club getting a fine for that and all.
The worrying thing is, I don't want it to be that guy, but the worrying thing is genuinely, and I don't like VAR, but if VAR wasn't there, he wouldn't have been sent off yesterday.
Yeah.
How?
It's crazy, isn't it?
How? In all honesty, that it's a ridiculous challenge. Like you said, Mike Oliver, our best ref, I'll use a speech marks there.
No, he's considered though. He's
considered our best. What the fuck?
He's the one that goes to World Cups. He's the one that goes to Champions League. I can't tell if he's done a Champions League final or not. He's done all this, and he's going to have the experience to fucking call it at the highest level. Fuck off. Get someone else in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. the referees have been horrendous this season. I think last season was hard to top. They're equally topping it this season. And they need to fucking whoever's in charge of the referees, who employs them, they need to actually fucking look at them and go, right, Mike Oliver, you've refereed 38 Premier League games this season. How many issues have you had? All right, you've had more than half. Go do training. Go do something. Have a refresh or something. It shouldn't matter how skill level you are, what you've done, what you've not done. If you're not calling the right decisions, in sense, you're ruining that 90 minutes of football.
There needs to be a review.
It just worries me. And when I mean worries me, it's how good a view he had. He's clearly walked over to Mateta because he needs to accept the medical team on.
Yeah.
See Mateta pissing blood out the back of his head, and then gone, yeah, let's get a VAR to make sure that's a red. What?
VAR should not be there.
It's the bottle.
You're right. VAR should not be
Is
there.
it bottle though?
To be.
Was it? Or was he what? That's what I'm saying. Was it that bottle? Was it genuinely? In fact, was he shocked because he hadn't seen anything himself like that? But can he get shocked as a professional referee? Should he?
No, he's a top flight ref, and you've just watched another player. You watched a goalkeeper kick a forward in the face. Like, sorry, what part of that's not a red card?
No, I agree with you.
So how is he not making that call?
From what you're saying, like, has he just kind of frozen the moment? Any other profession, right? And this is going to be a total whatever. A paramedic can't freeze on the job because if he does, that person may fucking die. Police, if they freeze on the job, they could get assaulted with arresting someone. If it's your job, you should not freeze in that moment. You should be able to handle it. It's not like it was life-threatening. It wasn't like it was going to affect him personally.
The reason why I say that is I genuinely think, as much as his fault, Mike Dean, I think Mike Dean would have just went like that, seen it, checked Mateta, let the medical staff on, went, fuck off then, red card, go on.
But that would, for me, that would have been right. If he delayed it to make sure the player was okay and then just turned around and went, go on, off, I would be okay with that. But the fact that, like you said, he's basically just, after seeing Mateta in that state, stopped play, and then he's gone, let it go to VAR. You're meant to be a referee. You're not. I don't mean to harp on about it, but technically, if that's it, could you imagine that's an England international? You sit there, right, and you go, say that's one of our youth players. He gets kicked in the head. The ref's responsible for his safety.
Steve Parish came out half time. I don't know if you saw that, Gav. Steve Parish came out half time on BBC. He was going fucking mad. He's like, let's just take football out of the equation. This match out of the equation. He was like, that is actually, he's like, I'm 50 odd. That is the worst tackle I have ever seen committed on a football pitch. He was like, John Phillips' family's actually in the ground today.
Yeah.
And they've all just seen him be fucking punted in the head like that. He's like, and he's already on the way to hospital. He went, that goes more than football. That is actually a disgusting challenge. What is that keeper thinking of? I don't know. And by the way, he looks so calm when he's getting like waiting for VAR to come back. He's just sitting there talking to one of his teammates. I don't know. I said this to you sometimes when players like have a go at refs, and you're like, "What are you having a go about? You know you did it." What I don't understand is, what is he physically? Surely he just goes to the ref. I've completely missed time. That send me off.
Well, also you'd think, right, that he'd be over showing concern for the player. He's just fucking clattered.
Yeah.
Not standing there having a barney with his mate going, I might get sent off for this.
Yeah, no.
Like, there's, from the ref side of it and from the goalkeeper side of it, there's no concern for the player.
No.
In all honesty, it's a joke.
I agree, there's been none. It might be harsh to say, and that's absolutely fine, so call me out, anybody that wants to. Mike Oliver didn't look like he gave a shit either. Jenny didn't. He just kind of looked like, he's hurt. Let's get him off. Let's continue.
Well, that's like, surely. Do you know what I mean? He's laying there. I don't know. I don't think he's been knocked out. He didn't look like he was unconscious when he landed.
He was moving.
You don't know.
He was doing the winks and he was rolling around. Like, I know we say how players get hit and they go down very easy and they roll about to try and get the ball. He was just rolling about
like your hands covered with blood. Surely the ref goes, he's made and you know where he's made contact because his boot came flying in like Karate Kid. Like,
it was a joke. That's probably one of the worst challenges I've ever seen.
But bar none, obviously, we watch football every weekend. I watch near enough every game that's on TV. That is the worst challenge I've ever seen. I'm trying to think.
Roy Keane's one on Haaland's dad. That's a rough challenge.
Well,
But
that
again,
was
that's
that's going to be my question. Is that worse than the Roy Keane one?
it has to be, I would say, because
Trying
Roy
to-
Keane's at least at leg level. It's a horrible challenge,
But
it's
it's
not.
deliberate though.
Yeah.
He's meant to do it.
And
That's
that
the
looks
thing. There was
deliberate
not
as
much
well,
to
mate.
it.
That's not even the worst Roy Keane challenge that I think Haaland won. His stamp on Gareth Southgate. He stamped on his chest
Yeah.
twice on
Oh,
Gareth
that's
Southgate.
not a foul. That's just assault.
Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to think the worst red I've ever seen, but I'm genuinely, I don't think that can be beat. That's a mental one. It's
A horrible
So,
challenge.
we've had the Millwall Palace red card. We've discussed that. Has anybody else seen the other red card yesterday's game
I don't know.
with Wolves
No.
and Matthias Cunha?
Oh yes, it did actually. Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Well, he could have been sent off 3 times. Like so Ben, if you've not seen it, or if anybody that's not seen it, so I'll say Wolves were playing Bournemouth. And I think it was at the end of extra time or whatever. It was getting to the end of the 120 minutes, and something's happened. I don't know if it was a foul or whatever, but Cunha's then went up to Kirkes, slapped him, and then Kirkes just went down. So the slap might have connected, might not have. I'm still a bit hazy. I think it has. Kirkes just went down. Cunha's then kicked him because he's went down. Kirkes has then got back up, and Cunha's then stuck his head and
Yeah.
headbutted him.
Well,
That's
he's got to
the
get
instances he
violent
could
conduct
do.
and all.
Yeah, this is.
Because Kudus,
Apparently it's 4 games. Apparently he's going to miss 4 games.
bollocks. No, it should be more than that.
Kudus missed 6.
Yeah, Kudus missed 6.
As I say, that's 3 instances he could have got a straight red.
Yeah, Kudus's was 2 and he
He's
missed
got
6
that in him,
games.
Cunha, though. I
Like-
don't mean to sound over, but there is it's not in a diggy way. There's a
He's a
reason.
perfect Arsenal player after all.
There's a
You know what I
reason.
mean?
Actually, do you know what the conduct overall this week as well? If you try and
You know,
put in the Premier League games, hasn't been brilliant because
awful.
yeah, I mean that Cunha one that's genuine why I think a big club ain't spending 70 million on it because they can't rely on it and play 38 games a season because at some point it'll get sent off. The only other one I've seen that Dorgu one against Ipswich midweek.
I've not seen it. I've heard about it. I've not seen it.
Oh
though.
yeah, fucker. He's gone in as he's gone in. The Ipswich player's foot planted, and he's gone in like that. But it's full. Do you know what always looks horrible to me? The Ipswich player's he's kicked the ball and he's planted his foot obviously to try and like get his other foot round, right? And Dorgu's literally tackled, and you can see his leg bending,
Oh, no.
and
It's not
as the
nice.
ball goes away, it hits off Dorgu's leg, I think, that he's gone in with.
Hmm.
Well, the ref doesn't call it. I didn't think it looked bad. I'm not going to have a go at the ref because it didn't look that bad to me. And then he's done that to the ref. And Savage has gone, that looked bad to me. Saw the replay and you're like, oh, you fucker.
Yeah, it looks
It's-
fucking bad.
It's like genuinely, it's like they were looking at it going, is there any way we can try and keep him on? Just send the cunt off.
I think
Yeah.
this does come back to. Admittedly, I think conduct's got worse. But I think, do you know why I think conduct's got worse? Because refs aren't making the big decisions anymore.
Yeah,
You don't know
I
whether
don't
you're actually
know.
going to get penalised for stuff anymore.
I get always going for certain, but that Dorgu one, I mean, he was stretched to even try and get there while the ball was there, and then the ball was actually
Yeah.
out of shot, I think, by the time he's landed. I think it was Hutchinson's leg. Ball jumped aside. It between the top of his toes and I think it was Hutchinson's knee. You've got to be talking an inch, maybe 2.
well, I
So
should
high.
have said, like, I was going to say something, but I can't remember what I was going to say.
There's so many of these challenges right now,
continue.
like the Lewis Skelly one at Wolves and stuff like that, where you can see like the studs higher than the ankle, and you're thinking the Lewis Skelly one's a red straight away, then rescinded. The Dorgu one wasn't given, took 3.5 minutes to be given, and it's like, what's the rule then? Because I always thought it was studs up and over the ankle, you're off.
Yeah,
There's no question, you're off.
yeah,
Especially a planted foot.
yeah. Well, yeah.
You done it, yeah.
And if you take to air, you're also off. So
Yeah.
in the air.
But that ain't. But then Martinez has done that twice now, where he's gone
Oh.
in the air and stamped with both his feet, and he ain't been given a red either time.
I
And
don't
that
agree
for
with
me
that.
just
Standing.
if someone is standing foot, planted foot like that, and you stamp both feet on there, it's gone. His leg's done. See you later. So I don't know. I don't know.
I think it comes down to the decision making. I think now players think that they're probably going to get away with it. So then it's resulted in a complete lack of discipline. But the problem is, mate, last year we said the same thing about refs. There were decisions that needed to be made, so even just simple ones.
It's been a particularly bad week
Yeah.
for
Well, even the time recording this today on Sunday, there's been another 2 red cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anthony Gordon and somebody for Brighton.
Go on.
I don't know who it was for Brighton, but they've been. It's another 2 red cards. So that's 4 in the space of less than
Conduct
24
poor, innit?
hours.
Conduct's just poor.
I don't know whether it is if they think they can get away with it or not. I don't know. I think there's not enough care for the players, within the players. I think they just they're not friendly enough anymore. They just seem to just
Do you get
try
the
to check
sort
them
of
and go, oh well.
refs? I feel like they're going right. So like offsides, they don't call it now until VAR sent to call it. Violent conduct, they don't call it now until VAR sent to call it. I mean, have it straight. He didn't send Kudus off before VAR had a look at it. So back in what was that, November?
Yeah.
Whenever it was, didn't send Kudus off till thingy. So what was his name yesterday? Taylor Richards, whatever his pass is called, that Mill
I've no
goalkeeper.
idea what it's called.
It didn't send him off until VAR checked. And you're like, we don't need VAR. They always go, we don't want VAR to re-ref the game. No, we want the referees to referee the game. And if something's wrong or something's slightly, or if he ain't quite seen the right angle, show him.
VAR is meant to be there for assistance, not as the decision maker. The
Yeah,
ref
I
is the
agree.
authority. The ref should be making these big decisions because it's their job. It's not down to some automated system and some geezer sitting there behind a computer to go, you've probably had a better view on the pitch, but from the camera angle, yeah, it's probably a red.
No, otherwise, tell you what, have the fourth official with a whistle and just let Stockley Park referee the game.
Yeah.
If that's